From a landslide taking out an entire town, to a sinkhole in China swallowing entire cars, from a volcano erupting in Iceland to lightning in Michigan that nearly misses this fisherman. These are 15 insane moments caught on camera. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a new video. Atami is a seaside city located approximately 68 miles from Tokyo. Following torrential rainfall, a landslide was triggered which swept through the neighborhood of Atami, Japan on the 3rd of July 2021. 27 people died during the landslide and 3 were injured. The city received 12.4 inches of rainfall in a 48-hour period, which prompted authorities to warn residents of life-threatening conditions. Search and rescue operations began that same day, with local authorities reporting that they had received approximately 10 phone calls from people trapped inside their houses. In 1976, the Corrego de Feijó tailings dam was built. Years later, in 2001, it was classified as a small structure with a low risk of high potential damage. Now, this wasn't just a regular dam, it was a tailings dam that holds back leftover materials from mining. These tailings can be dangerous sources of toxic chemicals such as heavy metals, sulfides, and radioactive content. The Brumadinho Dam disaster that occurred on the 25th of January 2019 was a tailings dam at the Corrego de Feijó iron ore mine that had suffered a catastrophic failure. The dam was located 5.6 miles east of Brumadinho in Brazil. The collapse of the dam released a tidal mud flow that engulfed the mine's headquarters, including the cafeteria, during lunchtime. 270 people perished as a result of the dam collapse, of whom only 259 were officially confirmed dead. In January 2019, 11 others were reported missing. Their bodies were never found. A large sinkhole swallowed 2 cars and a minivan at a flood prevention works in East China in May 2018. Nearby CCTV footage captured a construction site collapsed and opened up a 10-foot deep hole before dragging the vehicles in. Nearby residents said that there were drainage pipe installation works being carried out at the site. Some believed the frequent rain around the region had softened the soil around the construction site and had caused the road to collapse. There were no casualties reported in this incident. All further construction was put on halt as the local government ordered the company to repair the damages first. From the 14th of June well into October 2022, floods in Pakistan killed 1,739 people and caused nearly $15 billion in damage. The immediate causes of the floods were heavier than usual monsoon rains and melting glaciers that followed a severe heat wave. On the 25th of August 2022, Pakistan declared a state of emergency because of flooding. The flooding was the world's deadliest since the 2020 South Asian floods and described as the worst in the country's entire history. A series of severe thunderstorms walloped through Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the end of May 2011. Hundreds of trees and power lines were downed, leaving thousands without power. But despite reports of uprooted trees crashing through homes and even claims of several tornado sightings, miraculously there were no reports of serious injury. These people were fortunate enough to stay safe and catch some of the power lines going down and the boxes exploding.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. There might be like, well, I guess.
Which one? Right by our house?
That one right there.
Oh,
See
yeah.
it? Do you want to call the fire department?
Yeah, well, I'm blind now too.
Yeah. It was really, really bright. That's bad, because
Yeah.
that's like, yeah. That's not good.
Kerala is located in the southwest of India and has tropical climate with high annual rainfall caused by monsoon rains. During the heavy rainfall over the monsoon period from the 1st of June to the 18th of August 2020, all 14 districts in Kerala were affected, with 104 people losing their lives and 40 people injured. 5 districts of Kerala were flooded on the 7th of August. Major reported incidents in relation to the flooding include this landslide in Idukki district on the 6th of August, claiming 66 lives. The April 2015 Nepal earthquake, also known as the Gorkha earthquake, killed nearly 9,000 people and injured nearly 22,000 others. The 8.2 magnitude quake triggered an avalanche on Mount Everest that killed 22 people and was the deadliest incident on the mountain on record. The earthquake also triggered another huge avalanche in the Langtang Valley, where 250 more people were reported missing. Hundreds of Nepalese were made homeless and some entire villages flattened. It had been quiet for over 6,000 years and was the first volcano in the Reykjanes UNESCO Global Geopark area for over 800 years. This volcano in Iceland started erupting on March 19, 2021, and erupted for 6 months. 3 weeks prior to the volcanic outbreak, intense earthquake episodes began on the Reykjanes Peninsula. It started with a 5.7 magnitude quake in the following 3 weeks. There were more than 40,000 more earthquakes. Most were small and went unnoticed, but several were large enough to leave the people in the neighboring town sleepless. Hurricane Ida was a deadly and extremely destructive Category 4 Atlantic hurricane in 2021 that became the second most damaging and intense hurricane to make landfall in the state of Louisiana. The highest wind speeds reached 150 miles per hour and were sustained for a complete minute. 107 people lost their lives to Ida, including 87 in the United States and 20 in Venezuela. Hurricane Ida caused an estimated $75.25 billion with a B dollars in damages, making it the fourth costliest hurricane in Atlantic history. On the 4th of August 2020, a record-breaking tornado touched down in Dover, Delaware, as Tropical Storm Isaias rolled through. The tornado had a track of 29.2 miles, the longest path a tornado has taken in Delaware since records started being kept in the 1950s. Although the tornado was only an EF1, the Weather Service said the maximum width of the tornado was 200 yards and its top speeds reached 106 miles per hour. In just 30 minutes, it had dissipated, leaving behind destruction, devastation, and a new record. Located less than 3 miles north of Indiana in St. Joseph County, Michigan, it has been a top recreation spot for well over 150 years and has developed a reputation as a hot spot for fishing. Klinger Lake gets just about as much lightning as many other lakes do in the summer. It also attracts many fishermen, some wise and some not so wise, like this guy. On the 3rd of August 2014, a 6.5 magnitude earthquake in the Yunnan province of China triggered hundreds of landslides of various types. The earthquake caused 617 fatalities. In addition, 112 people were missing, nearly 3,000 more were injured, and nearly 81,000 houses collapsed. The number of vehicles damaged or destroyed will forever remain a mystery, but someone caught this car being swallowed whole by one of the many landslides during this ordeal. The The 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake occurred on California's central coast on the 17th of October. Damage was heavy in Santa Cruz County and less so to the south in Monterey County, but effects extended well to the north into the San Francisco Bay Area. The shock was centered in Santa Cruz County, approximately 10 miles northeast of Santa Cruz, on a section of the San Andreas Fault. The quake had a magnitude of 6.9 and was responsible for 63 deaths and nearly 4,000 injuries. The quake even caused a non-destructive tsunami near the shore of Monterey Bay.
So the Oakland A's take.
Hey, what, we're having an early.
On the 27th of May, 2015, Texas was hit by an E2 tornado. The path width was nearly a mile wide. Approximately 40 individuals took cover in a storm shelter at a drilling rig. 3 people outside the shelter were injured, and 2 of them were airlifted with critical injuries. The edge of the rotation lifted 2 mobile homes and lofted them 50 to 70 yards. 2 pickups were also thrown roughly 50 yards. Even with all this damage and the baseball-sized hail it brought with it, there were no direct deaths and only those 3 injuries. In 2016, Pakistan experienced higher rainfall than normal, by up to 20%, especially in the pre-monsoon season. This led to multiple periods of flooding, landslides, and damage, including loss of life, especially in northern Pakistan. It didn't help the fact that the houses in this region are often poorly built, especially in the rural areas. Thanks for watching today's video. Leave a comment telling us what you think. Send us your video link in the description. Subscribe for more. Then go watch this video on screen now. Leave a comment saying you came from here, and we'll see you next time.